When the last of the sickle flies had been driven off, and the marsh grew still again, the companions stood amid the reeds and took counsel together, binding wounds and counting their losses. Then from the shadowed waterways came the Nindrog, the river otters who spoke with bright eyes and quick tongues. Long they spoke together, and at last an accord was made. The otters would guide the little company to the haven called Swantown, in return for certain gleaming treasures of their dry lands. Dravi, judging the bargain fair, gave 3 gold coins into their webbed hands, which the Nindrog received with pleased chittering. Straightway they set about their task, breaking reeds and setting them as quiet markers through the treacherous marsh, so that feet might fall only where ground was firm and safe. As they went, one of the otters lifted a paw and pointed to some half-sunken bones and rusted mail amid the mire. These, they said, were men of ill purpose, sent long ago by the master of Tharbad to find Swantown by force or guile. But their errand came to naught, for the ghost bird found them first. Of that silent guardian the otter spoke with reverence and some fear, a watcher of the swamps, stern yet just, who kept the balance of the wetlands and even settled quarrels among their kinfolk. At dusk they came to a low reed house, built upon hidden pilings above the water, and there they were granted rest for the night. Before sleep the Nindrog daubed them with a strong-smelling unguent, known amongst the marsh folk as buzz-off, whose scent was hateful to the sickle flies. Ethereal, keen of mind and curious of craft, persuaded one otter for the recipe she offered a trinket involving but a glass bottle half filled with water and oil, yet compounded with a subtle art. The otters delighted in her gift, and their whiskers twitched with excitement. That night, while the marsh sang and whispered under the moon, Selethir was troubled by a dream. A voice, neither cruel nor kind, spoke as from afar, and yet within her, "You seek more than you know." She woke shaken, and the words clung to her like mist. With the coming of the morning, the Nindrog led them onward, and by midday the reedways opened upon Swantown at last. It was no den of rogues, as some had claimed, but a wary place where refugees from Tharbad labored quietly to win a life from water and mud. After brief words with a smith and a passing soul, the companions found their way to a tavern called the Two-Necked Swan. Its keeper was a sharp-eyed man, seasoned by loss and long watching, and soon it became clear that no tale spun thin would hold before him. Seeing this, the companions spoke truthfully. Their honesty was rewarded. The tavern keeper agreed to bring them to Hareth, a Reedwarden, weathered as driftworn and stern as the reeds in winter. He agreed to guide them, but only after oath. They would take nothing from Sitnaman save the Star of Korwa, and disturb no other thing, no matter how fair or dreadful it seemed. Thus, with oaths fulfilled and the path before them dark and uncertain, they passed once more between the whispering reeds, and the swamps closed behind them.